Coming up on Channel 8 News, student government elections are in, and we're speaking with the newly elected Student Council. Plus, we'll see what city officials in Manhattan have planned for the pothole issues around the city. And Coach Chang shares how he plans to pull the men's basketball team out of their losing streak. That's all coming up next on Channel 8 News.
It's currently 54 degrees and sunny. The winds are blowing around 10 miles an hour, but we'll check back in later with more on Channel 8 News.
This is KKSU-LD, covering Manhattan, Riley County, and the Flint Hills, broadcasting in high definition from Kansas State University. You're watching Channel 8 News.
Good morning and welcome to Channel 8 News. I'm Summer Spurkey. Coming up, we'll see how well voter turnout was for the past student elections and speak in studio with SGA winners. We'll hear from Coach Tang on the men's basketball season and standing later in the show. After 2 days of voting on Tuesday and Wednesday this week, Paige Volgamore and Jack O'Malley were named student body president and vice president. Channel 8's Cole Dutchendorf has the story.
After voting concluded on Wednesday evening, Paige Volgamore was named Kansas State's 77th student body president alongside vice president Jack O'Malley.
Volgamore and O'Malley found out at their watch party at Kite's Bar and Grill with supporters, team members, and family listening alongside.
We have in second place Sean Hoffman.
Brady Kappelman, one of 3 campaign managers, talked about the relationships he formed during the campaign.
We've been able to meet so many different students, connecting with people from all parts of campus, so I couldn't be more thankful to be a part of it.
Bailey Ballard, a member of Volgamore and O'Malley's team, talked about her efforts campaigning on campus.
And so honestly, just reaching out to my College of Business friends. I was in Women in Business and reaching out to those ladies as well, and just spreading the word anywhere that I can, and saying all the good things that we all love and know to be true about Jack and Paige.
It's not the first time we've seen a Volgamore in office, as Paige's older brother Parker acted as student body president in the 2022-23 school year.
Yeah, it was nice to have Parker as a mentor through this, and Jeff and Caleb and other past student body presidents, but also just mentors I have here at K-State. They've all been super supportive through this. Have just kind of given me advice on how to navigate the waters of talking to people and just how to campaign a little bit. And it's been very helpful and it's been comforting for sure.
Volgamore and O'Malley will continue to march forward as the new faces of Kansas State's student body. In Manhattan, Cole Dutchendorf, Channel 8 News.
Volgamore and O'Malley tallied 2,136 votes, over 1,000 votes more than runners-up Sean Hoffman and Bentley Talbert. Sophie Dilly is live with Paige Volgamore and Jack O'Malley. Sophie?
Thank you, Summer. Paige and Jack, thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations on your victory.
Thank you, and thanks so much for having us as well.
Yeah, we're excited to be here. Thank you.
Absolutely. What are your biggest goals for your time in office?
Yeah, we've got lots of goals and action steps and initiatives for this campaign. One of the things that I'm most passionate about is increasing student engagement and involvement on campus. That's what's really helped me find my passion for K-State, getting involved and being a part of something bigger than just myself.
Yeah, and I'd say really making sure students here at K-State on campus know about what student government can do for them. So many people don't know that if their club, their organization applies for funding, we can provide it. So we want to make sure those resources are made, people are aware of those. They know what SGA can do to help them.
And Paige, one of the biggest conversations at K-State currently is student diversity, and as the student body president, it is your job to represent and protect the rights of the students. How do you plan to do so with a university of 24,766 students?
Yeah, that's a great question, and it's something that's been really important to Jack and I from the beginning. Back in August when we started meeting with students, we made an effort to reach areas of campus that we weren't as familiar with or as involved in, and one of that was making sure that we had a diverse team. So we reached out to students in multicultural organizations and other areas of campus that aren't as well represented historically, and we worked with them to form initiatives that would best support them. Rather than just coming up with those on our own, we felt it was important to include their voices from the very beginning, and that doesn't stop now. Now that the real job is beginning, we'll continue to hear their voices and learn what's important to them, and then hopefully make a difference.
Jack, as student body vice president, it is your job to push the agenda of the president, but how do you plan to insert your own skills in leadership with your time in office?
Yeah, I think one of the reasons I said yes way back when Paige asked if I wanted to run with her was because I knew we'd work well together as a team. I think our strengths really complement each other, and we're different in just the right ways that it makes it work. So I think obviously Paige and I have shared ideas, and we each have some of our own ideas, and finding the right balance of when do we work together on things, when do we work on things separately, it's going to be really important going forward, and I know Paige and I are going to be able to find that right balance.
And real quick, last question. How does it feel to have beaten your brother by over 1,000 votes in your winning?
I wouldn't say that was necessarily the goal. I mean, it was fun to see such a great voting turnout, regardless of, what it was 2 years ago. But it is fun to see so many students have a passion for this election and just passion for the university as a whole. So it's really exciting.
Paige and Jack, thank you so much for joining us. Summer?
Thanks, Sophie. We mentioned earlier that voter turnout was indeed higher this year than last, thanks in part to having more than one ticket on the ballot. Austin Schultz has more on the goal to get more students to vote.
Recently, voting turnout and student body participation in the SGA elections at K-State has been minimal, with 2023's election having a record low in voter turnout, seeing only 5% of all K-State students submit a ballot. According to Kansas State website, SGA allocates almost $14 million to students every year and speaks out to defend and improve student quality of life. So this begs the question, if the SGA is so involved in helping the students, why don't the students want to be involved in selecting their representatives? Biology major Trent Voth says he doesn't feel as though SGA has anything to do with him.
I'm not going to vote because it doesn't affect me at all. I didn't know we had a student government until last week.
It appears this sentiment is shared by many students. Engineering student Joseph Cordy says he doesn't feel that the elections are very well advertised and that he doesn't even know when they're going on. He feels the elections and the lead-up were a much bigger deal in high school, and this encouraged participation.
We had school-wide assemblies where the people running for class president would give a speech to the entire school.
Both Voth and Cordy also mentioned a lack of clarity on how to vote. To vote in future elections, keep an eye out on Canvas for an SGA banner. If you follow the prompts provided, you'll be able to submit your ballot and let your voice be heard in no time.
Voter turnout for this year's student election has doubled in student involvement in comparison to last year. To learn how to get involved in SGA, visit k-state.edu/SGA. A conservative speaker has been sponsored to present at Kansas State University. Channel 8's Summer Spurkey has the story. The Kansas State University Diversity, Inclusion, Equity, and Belonging Board voted in favor of funding a controversial speaker. The speaker, Chloe Cole, is known for her views on trans right and detransitioning.
I think that as a committee, we have a bunch of different people from different backgrounds and different identities and everything. And I'll say personally, I was very, very shocked that they even decided to come to us, because it's we're for diversity, we're for equity, and we're for promoting things like transgenderism.
A conservative organization, Young Americans for Freedom, came before the Diversity Board early this February seeking money for Cole's appearance. They requested $5,000, the board's maximum amount when funding student organizations.
I was a little scared at first when we heard about what we were going to have to fund, and I knew that we had to do it because we can't really go against what the school and what the government has told us to do.
Chloe Cole will present at Kansas State University's Student Union on April 17th. She will speak in room 209. As part of Black History Month, the Black Student Union held its 11th annual BSU Leadership Conference on campus, welcoming mental health advocate Jay Todd, who addressed the prevalent issue of imposter syndrome. Sharing personal antidotes and strategies to combat self-doubt, Todd's message resonated with attendees. His speech sparked conversations, fostering solidarity and determination within the community. As the Black Student Union continues its mission of empowerment, Todd's contribution was significant in overcoming imposter syndrome.
His imposter tone speech really gave me a good and different perspective and mindset when it comes to my relationships with my family, my friends, and future, boyfriends and things like that. Because I think a lot of the times as women, we're so closed off because we're afraid of getting hurt. And I think, that imposter syndrome speech really talked to me and like how that our emotions don't always need to get the better of us, and that we could just be ourselves regardless.
For more information on Black History Month series posted by the Black Student Union, you can visit their social media at KSU BSU. Up next, we'll see how the City of Manhattan is taking charge on the city pothole issues. Plus, Fake Patties is coming up and RCPD has already started preparations. We asked students their thoughts on safety of the K-State tradition. That's next.
You ready?
If you can keep up.
Ready to do this? Yeah, let's do it. I got a job interview today. Here we go. Congratulations. Thank you.
Whatever you do, don't drop it.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Yeah, so the first third of the runway.
Deviations left of course approved. Bobcat 1-2, proceed when able.
Getting a dose of care this week as crews tackle the vast amount of potholes across the city. Drivers say they've had issues such as jolting commutes, damaged tires, and keeping control of their vehicles. While the repairs on the roads might mean temporary traffic disruptions, the goal is to create a smoother ride for everyone. A city worker says that the bad weather has made the potholes worse.
Thawing and freezing is the biggest thing when you got snowstorms, and then you got to put salt down to get the roads clean. So it doesn't help you got all the cracks and spallings. So the salt gets down in there and it just busts it up from the ground up.
A usually controversial Manhattan tradition, Fake Patties Day, brings crowds and partying. But how do students feel this year with safety? Channel 8's Carter Schaefer has the story.
From Raton Street to Aggieville, the Mean Green St. Patrick's Day holiday always arrives early in Manhattan to beat spring break. March 2nd marks this year's annual Fake Patties Day celebration. However, the celebration is not good luck for everyone. An uptick in police activity coincides with the tradition, especially underage drinking and disorderly conduct.
I feel like police should be out more to keep everyone safe instead of trying to get everybody in trouble, because obviously you can't shut down the whole day, but you can at least try and keep everyone safe and give them the resources to stay safe on the day.
RCPD's taken a different approach to getting ahead of the curve this year, posting common Fake Patties offenses on social media. The posts have been met with controversy. One about unlawful assembly garnered over 143,000 views on X. While RCPD did not want to have an in-person interview, they did say that there would be no external help this year, but every officer that they can have will be out and helping, and that officers are already knocking on doors down Raton, and that the bicycle unit does plan to be out again this year.
I don't think them knocking on doors is really going to do anything, especially because Raton is such a college kid area, and most of the college kids live on Raton for a big reason of Fake Patties, and they're not going to let knocking on the door and asking them not to do it, let them stop it.
While Aggieville no longer sponsors the holiday, many businesses will feature fake patties, deals, and specials to commemorate it. From Aggieville, Carter Schaefer, Channel 8 News.
The weather is up next. Is spring already here for the year with warming temperatures? Plus, as warmer temperatures continue to roll in, we'll see how students are making the most of early spring weather. That's next.
And he was so excited about playing this game. He was excited all week long.
At the wall is Tank. It is gone. It's a grand slam.
Whatever you do, don't drop it. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Together, we represent a diverse and eclectic population.
Together, we believe that diversity, inclusion, and sportsmanship are expectations.
Together, we promote a welcoming and positive environment for all student athletes, coaches, and visitors.
Together, we treat all people with respect and dignity.
No matter their color, creed, gender, ethnicity, or sexual identity.
Together, we are an empowered family. We're empowers family.
Family, diverse and together.
Stronger together.
It's going to be sunny skies and spring-like temperatures the next few days, but will the temperatures take a dip? Sophie Smith is here with a look at the weather. Sophie?
Kansas State students are out and about in Manhattan enjoying this warm February weather. Students have been seen all over spending time outdoors walking, studying, or even playing pickleball like this group. After being crammed up all winter long, these students are excited to get some vitamin D. Not only are students outside in their free time, but they're using this warm weather to their advantage as they walk to class. K-State sophomore Cooper Hillman remembers around this same time last year, it was pretty chilly.
Yeah, it's been really nice getting out in the nice weather with all my friends. I remember last year it was really cold, snowy, couldn't really go out and do anything, so it's been nice getting to take a break from school, go out, play pickleball, play golf, go for walks, just hang out outside. Yeah, the weather's definitely really nice for commuting to school. I remember having to pay for the garage or pay to park on campus or get a ride to class because it was just so cold you couldn't walk. But being able to walk, it's definitely a big advantage.
Let's take a look at our highs on our national map. We're going to see chilly temperatures up in the northwest corner of the United States as well as the northeast corner. Moving down to the Midwest, we're going to see mid-60s, mid-50s, and then continuing down south to states like Texas and Georgia, we're going to see low mid-70s. Honestly, perfect weather for spring break coming up no matter where you travel at this point in the year. Let's take a look at our Kansas highs. So taking a look at the west side of the state, a little bit chillier, but as you move over to the east side, we're going to take a look at Riley County. 64 is our high today. And over here at Kansas City area, about 62. Taking a look at the weekend map, we're going to see partly cloudy skies this evening, around 55 degrees at 7 p.m. It's going to be sunny and 49 Friday morning, and as we move into Friday afternoon, it's going to be 62. Taking a look at our 5-day forecast. This weekend is going to be beautiful to take advantage of the nice weather. Maybe go look at some pickleball courts, see City Park, spend some nice time outdoors with friends and family. We'll take it back to you, Summer.
Sports is next. We'll look at K-State men's basketball standings and what is happening with baseball. Plus, a look at the K-State rodeo team's last appearance in the historic Weber Arena. That's next.
Together, we represent a diverse and eclectic population.
Together, we believe that diversity, inclusion, and sportsmanship are expectations.
Together, we promote a welcoming and positive environment for all student athletes, coaches, and visitors.
Together, we treat all people with respect and dignity.
No matter their color, creed, gender, ethnicity, or sexual identity.
Together, we are an empowered family who empowers family.
Family, diverse and together.
Stronger together.
So within industrial engineering, you can actually start your master's degree a year early and start taking those classes your senior year. And then after you go through those upper level courses, you only really have a year left and you would come out with your bachelor's and master's degree, which is something I have been considering just because, it's one extra year and I do love K-State. So it's like, win-win. But that's a perk with being an industrial engineer. You're able to get your master's degree in just one extra year.
K-State will run the option. Here's Skylar Thompson. He walks it in for Antonio Gordon. Here's the shot and it's got it. And it is Kansas State, courtesy of Brent Carlson. Side of the box, crossing, wide open, the shot.
Thompson right away. That ball is gone.
She gets the ball back, goes up strong, scores, and one.
So the first third of the runway.
Deviations left of course approved. Bobcat 1-2, proceed when able.
Can the K-State men's basketball team pull through their team struggles? Sports reporter Noah Birchman joins us with more.
The K-State men's basketball team is in the midst of a 3-game losing streak after dropping Monday's game at Texas. The Cats are now 5-8 in the Big 12 and 15-11 overall. With the season nearing the finish line, the team is in danger of missing the NCAA tournament after last year's Elite Eight run. Over the past 3 games, the Cats have only averaged 64 points, and Jerome Tang spoke about the team's offensive struggles and the lack of a third option.
It's nice to have 3 options, and we're struggling to find a third one, not for a lack of effort. Shots just aren't going in.
Houston is currently leading the Big 12 standings with a record of 10-3. Houston, Iowa State, and Kansas are all propelled by their undefeated home records. K-State checks in, tied for 10th place at 5-8. Remaining games are all must-wins for the Cats and their NCAA tournament hopes, but that will be a tough task with games left at home against Iowa State and on the road at rival Kansas. UCF, Oklahoma State, and West Virginia are all tied for last in the conference with records of 4-9. The 2024 Batcats season is underway. They've come to us briefly.
Excitement is building as the Kansas State baseball season has finally began. Soon, the seats of Toyton Stadium will be filled with many fans. Head coach Pete Hughes is excited to return most of his players.
We got a lot of kids in this room that decided to come back and be a part of this program and this season specifically to finish some unfinished business.
The Cats barely missed the postseason last year and are eager to make a run into it this.
Obviously, we could talk about last year all we want, but we're moving forward, and there's a reason why everybody's back here in this room. Because we have high expectations.
Relief pitcher Tyson Neighbors looks to improve on his game as well as make a big impact on his team.
And knowing also we're the underdog and we kind of own that mentality and love that mentality, go out there and like Coach says, put us on the map, be a national program. And that's been my goal and our team's goal since day one.
Batcats even received votes in the polls coming in the preseason as the 24th ranked team in the nation.
I think it's really great for the program coming into the year ranked. Obviously, it's been a little while since we've been ranked in the preseason and coming into the season. I think it'll be a good motivator for the guys, but obviously with the ranking comes a lot more exposure. And
For Channel 8 News, this is Parker McGowan.
The Batcats will host Holy Cross this weekend. This will be their first chance of the season to play in front of their home crowd. This past weekend, Weber Hall hosted its final rodeo. The K-State rodeo team also celebrated over 50 years in Weber Arena. The Western Oklahoma State College won the men's team competition, and the Southeastern Oklahoma State College won the women's team competition. From now on, rodeos hosted at K-State will be hosted at Bilbrey Family Event Center. That's all the time we have for sports. Summer, back to you.
Coming up, a final check on the weather. Will these spring-like temperatures stick around for our weekends? That's next.
I always knew I enjoyed working with kids, and that was something I was passionate about, and I originally planned to become a teacher. I realized I was more passionate about the kids and their upbringing and their development, and I found that K-State actually offered a program that worked perfectly with my interests, and so I decided that school counseling was kind of the right path for me, just so that I could focus more on that psychology aspect and work with the kids on a more intimate level.
And he was so excited about playing this game. He was excited all week long. At the wall is Dank. It is gone. It's a grand slam. You ready?
If you can keep up.
Are we gonna do this?
Yeah, let's do it.
I got a job interview today.
Thank you.
This is a Kansas State program that's here to stay. Under Chris Kleiman, there's a culture built at Kansas State where we're going to see this team in the top 20 for a while. No question.
Number 22 in white has taken this defense to the next level.
And it is a touchdown for Ben Sinnott. K-State defense rises up from the goal line.
Let's get one last look at the weekend weather. Sophie joins us again from our weather center.
Thanks, Summer. Taking one last look at our weekend forecast. Beautiful weather this weekend. Get outside, enjoy yourself with friends and family. Maybe check out the Batcats this weekend at their home opener. We'll see 71 on Sunday, but sunny skies for this whole weekend.
That's all the time we have for Channel 8 News today. We'll see you back here again next week for more news and information from the Manhattan area. Have a great day.
This is Channel